Hi guys, how are you? I hope all of you are good. Well, as you all know, now it is the rainy season in India and especially in Mumbai. Oh my god, rain just comes and goes like yeah, as people say, Mumbai ka barish ka kabhi bharosa nahi. You can never trust when when and how fast the rain will come in Mumbai. So I hope all of you are safe. I hope all of you are doing very fine. Well, coming straight to today's topic. Today's topic is, why do I prefer vegetarianism over veganism? Okay, so now let's move ahead. First, let me give you just a brief introduction of what is vegetarianism and what is veganism, and what are the differences between the two. Well, in vegetarianism, both vegetarianism and veganism, uh, people don't consume meat. But the difference between vegetarianism and veganism is that in vegetarianism, um, people, they eat all kinds of fruits, vegetables, dal, lentils, broccoli, all kinds of vegetables, rice, grains, pulses, etc. And basically, along with all the plant products, people even take milk, curd, ghee, yogurt, and cheese, butter, etc. So vegetarians are those who eat all plant products and as well as consume animal products like milk and milk, cheese, butter, ghee, etc. Now, what is veganism? In veganism, people, they don't consume any animal product. I repeat, those people who follow veganism, uh, they don't consume any animal product. They only consume a very strict plant-based diet. Vegans only eat plant-based food, and vegans don't consume any animal product, even milk, cheese, butter, ghee, curd, dahi, yogurt, and like cheese. And even vegans even don't take eggs and honey, because even honey, it comes from the bees. So therefore vegans they the vegans, they don't even consume honey along with all the milk products and eggs. So now, coming to today's main topic, as why do I prefer to be a vegetarian rather than being a vegan? Well, the first reason is that, um, because vegetarian food, both uh, plant based and animal products. So so uh, in in vegetarianism, we have complete nutrition. So we have complete and better nutrition on a vegetarian diet. Those people who are vegans, who only stick on to plant based products. Okay, they can be fit and healthy, but then if you're if you want to really like go to the gym and do very intense workout and everything, and especially after your working out, for your post workout meal, etc., vegetarian food is much more better as compared to vegan food. Of course, even I know that there are some people in the world who are vegans and bodybuilders as well, but those are just few people. But on a vegetarian diet, it is more easier to build big muscles, and also overall you'll feel more nutritious and healthy on a vegetarian diet. So this is the first reason why I prefer vegetarianism over veganism. Coming to the next point, why I don't prefer to be a vegan is that uh, there are lack of necessary fats in vegan food. In vegetarianism, you take for example milk, cheese, butter, ghee, curd, yogurt, etc. All these, they are very rich in calcium. They are also rich in vitamin B12, and also you get the necessary fats, especially those people who want to bulk up. If you're going to gym to if you're going to gym to bulk up yourself, you need to take a lot of necessary fats along with intense workout. So these necessary fats they basically come from cheese, butter, ghee, etc. Of course, I mean, plant-based food are very essential, and of course, even we as vegetarians, we eat plant-based food. We eat plant-based food on a daily basis. But along with plant-based food, even necessary fats from milk products are essential, and even honey is essential. If you have seen, like, I've made one of my previous videos, that four alternatives for sugar. In that, one of the best alternative for sugar I have mentioned was honey. Honey is, like, it is not only sweet, it is also, like, it has got the same pH level as that of our blood. So I mean, like, vegans basically, they will rather take the moral view, because, like, they feel that, okay, like, by using the animal products, animals are being exploited, etc. I mean, like, animals are being violated of their rights, and animals are, like, animals are being violated from their rights, etc. But the point is, the point is, in the name of morality, basically, like, basically, you cannot miss out on, me personally speaking, I love animals. I do care a lot for animals, and the thing is that I also give a lot of importance to my health. So when it comes to, like, diet, you've also heard Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, what he told. When it comes to eating food, it's not about morality, it's about your well-being. And he's absolutely right. When it comes to eating food, it is never about morality, it is about your personal well-being. So in the name of morality, I don't believe personally that I should compromise my well-being in the name of morality. So basically, one more thing I want to tell you. For vegetarian, we don't consume the animals. Let's say those people who eat meat, let's say those people who eat non-vegetarian, in that process, animals get killed. But whereas in vegetarianism, like when we take milk, cheese, butter, ghee, etc., these are animal products, and these are not the animals themselves. So me as a vegetarian, I totally believe that, there is nothing wrong in consuming animal products, but I don't believe that we should consume the animals itself. When you eat non-vegetarian, the animals get killed. But in vegetarianism, we only use some animal products, but we don't kill or harm the animals. So this is another reason why I prefer to be a vegetarian instead of being a vegan. Now, one more thing. Yeah, so the previous point I was telling you, those people who only stick on to a very strong plant-based diet, they will actually lack the necessary fats that are actually available in vegetarian food, such as milk, cheese, ghee and butter, curd, yogurt, etc. So me as a vegetarian, I don't take eggs. Some vegetarians, they might even take eggs. So let me tell you, I don't take eggs. So in vegetarianism, I take milk, I take all the milk products, and I take honey as well. Though I'm a Jain, but then I take honey as well, because as I told you, I give preference to my health first. So now coming to the next point, vegetarianism doesn't harm the animals if practiced in the right way. A lot of vegans argue that, cows and buffaloes and, even goats, etc., when, in the especially in the dairy farm, when milk is extracted from the cows, when milk is taken from the cows and the buffaloes and the goats, etc., that time it causes lot of pain to the cows. These days, in the name of, in the name of business and all, lot of people, they use certain procedures which can harm the animals, which can harm the cows and buffaloes. I agree, but I strongly believe that, if we practice vegetarianism in the right way, animals will not be harmed as well. So according to me, let's say if you want to collect milk from a cow, what I will say is, like, first you should let the calf drink as much as it wants. I mean, let's say for example, one calf is born from a cow, and let's say it's a newborn calf, and I mean, I don't know for all animals, but then for cows and buffaloes, normally the calf of the cow or the calf of the buffalo, it will drink milk, like, maximum up to 1 year or 1.5 year, not more than that. So my point is, let's say after a calf is born, it will drink milk from its mother. These days what is happening is that, like, because people want to collect milk, when the calf is born, they actually take the calf away from the mother, and therefore, like, the calf does not get even one drop of milk to drink. Especially, like, in other countries, in India maybe they do allow calves to drink the milk, but then, like, in, like, all the other countries in the world, like, the moment a calf is born, they are, like, taken away from their mother cows and buffaloes, and that's why those calves don't get to drink their mother's milk. And this, I also agree, it is wrong. The calves should be allowed to drink their mother's milk first. So my point is, let's say, okay, if you want to collect milk from a cow or from a buffalo, first thing what we have to do is, we need to allow the calf to drink the milk from its mother as much as it wants. And after the calf finishes drinking its mother's milk, then we should go to the cow and, like, collect the amount of milk we want to use. Like, for example, let's say, even in us humans, when a baby is born, okay, whenever a human baby is born, does the baby drink its mother's milk every day 24/7 non-stop until, until the baby comes to a certain age? Does the baby drink its mother's milk non-stop 24/7? The answer is no. Yes, in one day it will drink for some time and then stop, again drink for some time and then stop. So similarly, even in animals as well, even when it comes to cows, the calves of the cows or the calves of the buffaloes, they will drink its mother's milk for a certain time, and then they will stop. After that, they will drink the next day. So my point is that if we have to collect the milk from the cow or the buffalo, first we need to let the calf or the calves drink as much milk as they want from their mother cows and buffaloes. And after after they finish drinking, when they stop drinking and, like, they're, like, taking rest, or, like, they're, like, taking a nap that side, then we should go to the cows and the buffaloes and collect the amount of milk which we need or which we want. But while the calves are drinking their mother's milk, we should never ever go and separate the calves from their mother. This I totally agree. Yeah, because, like, this is also another point, because vegans say that, calves are being separated from their mother cows, and like, they say that, this is very wrong. Not only vegans, even me being a vegetarian, I will say this is wrong. We have no authority to separate a calf from its mother. We have no authority to separate any child from its mother or its parents. So my point is that, just like how in humans also, like, the baby will drink its mother's milk every day for a certain time, and then also stop drinking for a certain time. So similarly, even in animals as well, the calves, they will drink their mother's milk for some time, and when they stop drinking, after they stop drinking for a certain while, when the calves are not drinking milk, then we should go and collect the milk from the cows. And again, when the calves come to drink their mother's milk, again we should allow the calves to drink their mother's milk. And after the calves have finished drinking milk, then again we should go to the cows and the buffaloes and collect their milk. So this is the procedure which I believe should be followed. And if we follow this kind of procedure, trust me, no animals will be harmed, and, like, even all the collection of milk, it will be done in a very ethical way, if this is the procedure we follow. And I know, in the world, apart from India and maybe few other countries, a lot of countries in the world, they don't practice these ethical measures. They normally, like, they only focus on, like, business and profit making. So in this process, I agree that, cows and buffaloes do get hurt, they do get injured, and, like, it is very sad to know all these things. So my point is that, as long as the calves are drinking their mother's milk, let them drink as much as they want, Once they stop drinking, then we should go collect the milk, and then again next day when the calves go to drink, you should just let them drink, and again once they stop drinking for that day, then we should go and collect the milk from the cows. So if we follow this procedure, then we can even then even though we are collecting milk from the cow or the buffalo, still we will be doing it in a very ethical way, and also we will not be separating the calves from its mother. Okay, moving ahead. In vegetarian food, the food are generally healthy and delicious as well. I mean, me personally, I believe when we live our life, our goal is not always just to live a simple life. I mean, okay, I mean, yeah, I mean, people say try to live a simple life, etc. But I personally strongly believe that every person, every individual is entitled to live their lives to the fullest. I repeat, I believe every individual living being in this universe, on this planet and in this universe, are entitled to live their lives to the fullest. So therefore, I mean, even when we eat food, yes, along with eating healthy food, it's not just about eating food. We should also enjoy the taste of the food. So I mean, some people, they say that let's say those people who eat junk food. I'm not talking about junk food over here. Milk, cheese and butter are not junk food. They are healthy and nutritious food. But of course, there are certain limit. I also agree that plant products, plant-based foods, we can consume as much as possible. But when it comes to vegetarian products, if we consume in excess, it will not be healthy. But if we consume within a certain limit, then it is very healthy. So my point is that we, in order to stay healthy, and in order to not only just eat a healthy diet, but also to eat a healthy and a very delicious diet, we should consume both plant-based and vegetarian food. We should not consume non-vegetarian. We should not eat meat. I personally believe that as a human being, we should not consume meat, because when we consume meat, we are actually harming and even killing the animals. So in order to enjoy our lives, in order to enjoy a very healthy, nutritious and a very luxurious life, it's not necessary to become a vegan. We can be vegetarianisms. So vegetarianism is the best, it is the best policy for our human life. Now, yeah, so the point I was trying to make is, when we have an option between eating healthy and delicious food. Let's say, for example, if something is very delicious but not healthy, then if we don't eat that food, it makes sense. But let's say when we have an option between eating just healthy, and when we have an option between eating both healthy and tasty food, then why shouldn't we go for both healthy and tasty? So me personally, my big apologies to all the vegans in the world. The thing is that I'm not going to be a vegan, but because I strongly believe that, but I do care for animals. I do feed the stray dogs, I feed the stray cats, and I love animals in general. But just for that, I don't need to actually be a vegan for that. So my point is, along with eating a healthy diet, along with not harming the animals, and eating a healthy diet, and eating a very delicious diet, the best thing to do is to be a vegetarian. Not non-vegetarian and not even vegan, but vegetarianism. Okay, so vegetarianism is the best policy. I personally believe this. Moving ahead, many vegans argue that those people who consume meat, it's not only harming the animals, but it is also harmful for the environment. It also affects the greenhouse gases, etc. And they are absolutely right. It is very true that I mean, these meat industries, these meat industry, they produce lots of carbon emissions, and it causes these are one of the biggest causes even for global warming. It is also not so sustainable for the environment. I totally agree, but this is for the meat industries. But when it comes to when it comes to the vegetarian products does not affect the environment. Both vegan and vegetarian products does not affect our environment. So if the entire world becomes, let's say, in this entire world, if 50% of the population become vegans and the other 50 become vegetarians, the world will still be a very amazing place to live. So now, one more thing, and vegetarianism, unlike veganism, it is not a very, it's not a very militant philosophy. Some people who are vegans, they are literally they are militant vegans. I'm saying this honestly. Some people, those who are vegans, they are like militant vegans. They literally they literally go and go break into other people's properties, and they start protesting. Oh no, this is wrong, this is not right. They also sometimes some vegans, they cause public nuisance. I've seen lot of videos about on these vegan activists. They literally go on the road. They block the trucks from moving on the road. Maybe their intention is to stop those trucks which are carrying animals for slaughter. Okay, fine, but along with that, they will also block the road. They will also block the road for all the other vehicles and etc. And some people have seen in Australia, there was this vegan group, and all these vegans, they barged, they just went in rudely into a non-vegetarian restaurant, and they were all of you, this is wrong, this is wrong. There were lot of customers eating food. They even some vegan activists, they even went and they pushed the customers aside, and they started occupying the public space, and they were doing all these things. And even I've seen some videos in the US where let's say there are McDonald's, Burger King, etc. In these restaurants, there are both vegetarian and non-vegetarian, and some of these vegan activists, they come and they start they start blocking the doors of McDonald's and vegans, and these vegan activists, they start blocking the doors of McDonald's and Burger King, and they try to stop the customers from going into these restaurants. My point is, those customers who are going into McDonald's and Burger King, how do these vegans know that those customers are going to take the non-vegetarian products? Because see, McDonald's and Burger King, they have both non-veg and veg. They have both non-veg and veg burgers as well. They have got non-veg food and vegetarian food as well, and definitely they even have vegan food as well. So these vegans, how do they know that what the customers are going to eat when they go into the McDonald's? So just because these vegans assume that these people will eat non-veg, so they go and they start blocking the doors of McDonald's. They try to stop the customers from entering McDonald's and Burger Kings, and this is very wrong. This is not the way how they should be doing their job. And so what happened was, later, of course, obviously, some people from the public, they had to call the police, and then the police came, and arrested these vegan activists and took them away, and then finally the customers were allowed to go into the McDonald's and Burger King. So those vegans, they were not able to stop the customers completely. Some customers, however, did manage to push them and go inside, but overall, many customers, they could not enter McDonald's until the police came, and took these vegan activists away. So these kind of vegan activists, I totally don't agree with their procedure of promoting their message. If see, if you want to promote a message, you should do it in a peaceful way, not being an obstacle, not being an obstacle to other common people in their daily lives. So my point is, some vegans, I mean in fact many vegans, they have got a very militant point of view. They say that, oh, those people who are not vegans, they are cruel, they are animal haters, this and that. I mean, they'll start using, some people, they will even start using abusive language and everything. So I mean, these people, I don't take them seriously at all. So my point is, the more aggressive the vegans get, the less seriously the world will start to take them. So my point is, so unlike veganism, in vegetarianism is not a very militant philosophy. Those people who are vegetarians, we don't eat animals, we don't harm animals. Yes, we may consume animal products, but as I told you, consuming animal products is not equal to consuming the animals itself. So I strongly believe there is nothing wrong in consuming animal products, but just don't consume the animals, because that will harm and kill the animals. So my point is, being a vegetarian, me personally, it helps me to maintain a very balanced life and a very balanced diet. I tried consuming only vegan food, for a week or something last year, and I mean, it did not work for me too well. I mean, I felt very tired. I mean, I was craving for more food. I felt hungry. I didn't feel very active enough. But when I started, along with plant food, when I also started consuming, all these dairy products, etc. I mean, milk, cheese, ghee, butter, etc. Not only did I feel very active, I felt very refreshed. I felt I felt that, wow. I mean, I felt that this diet works for me. So one of the main reason why I'm also a vegetarian is that vegetarianism works for me better than a vegan diet. So that is why I am personally a vegetarian. Well, apart from this, yeah, one more thing. Yeah, even when it comes to honey, most vegans, they have this view that, we when we take the honey from the bees, they usually say that, we are exploiting the bees just because we want to eat something sweet. So my dear vegans, when we consume honey, and even when I consume honey, I don't do it just because I want to eat something sweet. I do it for a healthy purpose. Honey has got the same pH level as that of our blood, and honey has got amazing health benefits. It can reduce our cholesterol levels. It is also very good for our heart, and it has got amazing, it can protect us from bone fractures, and it has got amazing health benefits. So my point is that, see, if whatever works for you, you take that. I totally agree that, in order to live a very healthy, and in order to live a balanced life, in order to eat a very balanced diet, meat is not necessary. I do agree, meat is not necessary, and that's why I don't eat meat. I eat vegetarian food, because vegetarian food is a proper balanced diet. See, those people who eat meat, okay, I mean, they might get all the nutrients, but it is like harming the animals and the environment. And those people who are vegans, well, definitely not all of them, but for many of them, they might not feel, I fear that they might not get complete nutrition on a vegan diet. And one more thing, vegans have this view that, one day, veganism is going to take over the world. Guys, let me tell you, that is never going to happen. Yes, the meat industry can collapse in the world. I totally agree. One day the meat industry can come to a perfect halt, can come to a perfect end. But vegetarian products will always be available in the world, and like like even there are a lot of vegans who actually who actually quit veganism and come back to vegetarianism. I've also seen a lot of vegans. I've got a few vegan friends who used to be strong, and who used to be very strong believers in veganism and who were very strong vegans. But later on, later on now, they have actually quit veganism, and they have come back to their vegetarian diet. So a lot of vegans, let's say, I mean we keep hearing this news that many people are becoming vegans these days. Yes, it is true, many people are becoming vegans, but what many vegans don't tell you is that a lot of vegans who become vegans after long time, they once again leave veganism, they once again quit veganism, and they go back into a non-vegan diet. Many vegans, they quit veganism and go back to their non-vegan diet. So this is also a fact. So the world in the future, as I believe, the world will be filled with both vegetarians and vegans. But only veganism is never ever going to take over the world. The world will always contain vegetarians and vegans, both. And in fact, not even vegetarians, because see, in the future, they are having this technology where people are people are manufacturing lab grown meat. They'll just extract a small serum from, let's say, a small serum from a chicken, or let's say from a fish, or from a rooster, whatever. They will extract a serum. They will just take one cell of that chicken, or that or that rooster, and they will grow that cell into the muscle tissues of meat. They will grow that cell into muscle tissues of chicken and the rooster, or the fish. So basically, in the future, they, because of because of high technology, they will be lab grown meat, and they will be directly manufactured meat. Those are real meat, but it will be manufactured meat in the labs. So in that case, even the animals will not be harmed. People will just collect one cell from an animal, and then that animal will be let go free, and they will just grow these cells into muscle tissues. So in the future, they will not only be ethical way of vegetarian food, they will also be a very ethical way of producing real meat. So in future, because of technology, real meat will be produced in a very ethical way. No animals will be killed, no animals will be exploited. All the animals will be allowed to go free, and people will just start producing super meat. They'll start producing lab grown meat. So in the future, even meat will continue to exist, but along with meat, basically vegetarian products and vegan products all will be there. So our Earth's future is, there will be ethical meat, vegetarian food, and vegan food. So all these three will continue to exist in the future. So the world will never ever become only a vegan world. So let this fact sink into all of your heads, and especially into the heads of all those vegans. And now finally, coming to the ending my video over here. So these are the reasons as to why I'm a vegetarian and not a vegan. And don't think that just because someone is not a vegan, he or she doesn't care about animals. Some people, I've heard this, there is one vegan activist in Tamil Nadu. His name is Mr. Arvind Kannan. Okay, you can actually check his YouTube videos as well. His name is Arvind Kannan. He says those people who are not vegans cannot be animal lovers, and that is not true. Just because someone is not a vegan does not mean he or she doesn't care about animals. So I mean, of course, not only him, many of the vegans, when they try to convey the message, they usually convey that because the process of collecting these vegetarian products harms the animals, which is true, by the way, therefore we should not consume vegetarian products. So my response to that is no. We don't need to stop eating vegetarian food. We just need to change our process. We need to change the technique of extracting milk. We just need to change the process of collecting milk and making milk products. And this way, not only the animals will be not harmed, the animals will be safe, and we can enjoy both vegetarian and vegan food, and have a very pleasant and a well balanced life. So that's it, guys. So these are the reasons why I prefer being a vegetarian and not a vegan. So that's it, guys. Please take care, keep yourself safe. I know it is the rainy season in India now. Some cities, due to rain, chances of flood can be there. So guys, please be careful, especially in Mumbai. Please be careful, all of you. And I'll stay in touch. So today actually I had a day off, so I just thought of making this video. So now I'll go. I need to have my lunch. And then if time permits, I will make another video today itself. Till then, thank you guys. Take care. Have a nice day. See you.